Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually fresh from the theater from seeing Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and I really, after thinking about everything that I just saw, I wanted to hurry up and get a video out there just to put my thoughts out there. So I am doing a video that's going to have spoilers, but this particular one will not have any spoilers. It'll be strictly what I thought about the movie. We all know that this was a huge task for Ryan Coogler to do. He had already written the script for Black Panther 2, but unfortunately when Chadwick Boseman passed away, suddenly he was given this huge task of trying to rewrite the story and figure out what to do for the sequel. And I honestly have to say he delivered. I had no doubt in my mind that he was going to be able to deliver a wonderfully written sequel to Black Panther. And I think Ryan Coogler did a great job at conveying that in the film. Characters in this film, Shuri, Queen Ramonda, all of Wakanda, they're mourning the loss of someone that they loved, and they don't quite understand why things played out the way that they did. And it's the same for us as an audience. No one expected Chadwick to die. So we were kind of left with this wondering of what's going to happen or why did this happen. And you feel that through the entire movie. He did a great job at conveying that. There were some times where you weren't sure if it was the actor grieving or if it was the character grieving, because the actors did love Chadwick, and I'm pretty sure they're still going through their own mourning process. So for them to deliver the performances that they delivered was nothing but short of amazing. Now, because the story had to be changed, a new person had to be in the forefront, and Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri, had to go from being a somewhat background supporting character to the spotlight, and I tell you, she delivered. Letitia Wright has always been a great actress. I've seen her in several things, and she was the perfect person to be put in the spotlight, to be able to convey all these emotions and the complexities of this character dealing with the loss of her brother T'Challa. I love the parallels between her and Namor and how they were both somewhat grieving for different reasons, and the rage and the anger that they both felt justifiably. We also get to see the conflict within herself. We know that she is brilliant and intelligent, but you get to see that scientific side of her battling the spiritual side of her. She doesn't believe in the ancestral plane. She doesn't really believe her traditional beliefs really hold any weight, and you see these two conflicting with each other, her scientific mind and her spirituality. And I think it was written so well. Ryan Coogler knew what he was doing. This time around, we have our villain Namor, who's played by Tenoch Huerta. As a villain, I think Namor is great. He can be very intimidating, but it's not like a cliche menacing type of intimidation. He is somewhat sympathetic, but he is also very charming. And I loved seeing him on the screen. I loved hearing what he had to say. Also, the action scenes are a lot better in this film than the first one. I love the first Black Panther. I really do. But I did wish that the action scenes were a little bit better. It seems in this one he definitely have a bigger budget, so the special effects are a lot more crisp, and the action scenes are a lot more entertaining. I also like how some of the humor was placed in the film. It's not like overly goofy where there's forced jokes or anything. And Baku and Riri give us most of the jokes, and Agent Ross is always funny. But I think it was just the right amount of humor in a film where you're dealing with grief and loss and the pain of it all. I really did love the first act when they show Namor's people attacking a ship, and it's very suspenseful. They were very intimidating, and I enjoyed that scene very much because you got to see them in action for the very first time. It was a great visual, as well as getting to see them using whales and fish in the ocean. There were some really, really great shots in this film. Even his shooting style has improved. Some of the shots and scenes that he did and the camera work was just beautiful. And I know I'm going on and on about how great the movie is. There were a few things that I didn't really care for in the film, and I understand they might have wanted to give us a break from what was going on in Wakanda and show some of these other side characters, but I honestly was bored when they showed them. I really wish they just stuck with Wakanda and Namor and what was going on with these two nations. I think it kind of slowed down the pace of the film and the storytelling. Also, I love Namor's backstory. I love the visuals, but I don't think it was really delivered as best as it could have been. I can't really put my finger on why, but it just seemed like it was just a little bland the way it was delivered. I did like, however, that as he's telling the story, his backstory, the voiceover isn't overly done where he's talking through the entire time. they do have breaks where they just show what's going on, and I love that because I really don't like when they're constantly telling you everything instead of showing you. The movie is 2 hours and 41 minutes, but I wasn't bored except for those scenes where they were showing Agent Ross. I actually welcomed the long runtime because, like I said, it was just really great storytelling, and it was some amazing acting in this. Letitia Wright and Angela Bassett were the best that they could be in this film. Now, I've heard some Oscar talks for Angela Bassett, but I think Letitia Wright deserves a nomination as well. She is just amazing in this movie. I mean, the emotions that she had to portray through this entire film, she went through everything. Like, there was joy, there was sadness, there was anger, there was hate, there was sympathy. She just went through it all like it was nothing. It was very flawless and beautifully executed. There is a mid-credit scene. I don't want to spoil that at all. I think it was very nice. It could possibly set up something in the future, but I will say it's not your typical mid-credit scene. So guys, that was my review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please go see this movie. It's amazing. Even if it's just to pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman, go see this movie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.